before vote taking. He's chairman. Incoming chairman and other managing committee members, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. So good evening to all of you. The topic which has been given to me today is how we can contribute to ICI. What are the little, I don't call it opportunity, how we can contribute. Incidentally, you may get some remuneration, incidentally, you may get some honorarium from ICI. This is the topic which has been given. The topic is a very small topic, so it will not go beyond half an hour, even if there are some 6-7 opportunities that you have, that will take half an hour for me to explain to you in detail. In the meanwhile, because we've got a lot of time to go, so I would like to take up other initiatives of the institute, number one. Number two, I would like to have some suggestions from all of you. What you expect from the institute, how we can take it forward. So because we are the decision-making body, certain suggestions may not be feasible to implement, and there are certainly some suggestions will come from the grassroots level, so which can be taken up, and this can become a policy also for the benefit of the chartered accountants. So that's how we'll take it up today. So I'll just start this session with the opportunity what to have in the ICI. So the first one I'll take it up is the Financial Reporting Review Board. What is the Financial Reporting Review Board? FRRB, we call it in short. This is the board which has started in the year 2022, July 2022 it has been started by the Central Council. The idea was, there are so many attest functions we do, where the general purpose financial statements have been reported upon. So where we have to comply with the so many reporting standards of the respective statute, and also whether the accounting standards have been followed or not, and we have to also see whether standards and auditing essays have been followed or not. For that limited purpose to have a mechanism to review all these financial reporting standards, in order to see that the quality standards are improved. The quality is the buzzword everywhere. So we have to improve the quality standards, only to ensure that when this board has been formed. So where this board will pick up the financial reports, maybe from listed companies or large entities, even small entities, medium entities also, and they will give a review. The process for the review is, prima facie looking at the financial statements, and the notes on account, and the auditor's report, all this put together, prima facie what are all the observations, what are the shortcomings, what are the non-compliance matters. This is the thing which is reviewed by a technical review. We call them a technical reviewer, a chartered accountant. They review that one. So this is the process where he cannot interact with the auditor or the auditee. We cannot interact, only with the information available that needs to be done. And what is the outcome? If there are certain aspects where some guidance needs to be given to improve upon the reporting standards or follow the accounting standards or standards in auditing, they give advisory and see that for his future compliance. There are situations where gross violations are there, gross non-compliance are observed by the technical reviewer approved by the board. Such cases are referred to disciplinary mechanism for taking action under second schedule to the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. So this is how the entire system works. So what are the opportunities that we have? Who conducts the technical review here? The technical reviewers are chartered accountants only. So the eligibility is they should have a 5-year standing in the audit practice. 5-year standing should be there. Second is they should have completed certificate course on Ind AS. That's what they should have completed. And they should have the audit experience of Ind AS compliant financial statements, and they should conduct the audit also. These are 3 requirements. So for becoming a technical reviewer. So what do we get for this one? The first thing is, I don't talk of remuneration. Remuneration will take at the end. Remuneration is secondary thing. This is, as I told you, only to improve the quality standards. This is a great service to the profession. And the FRRB, they come with a publication stating that what are the frequently observed non-compliances, where we need to improve upon. They conduct seminars, they conduct a lot of conferences, and explain the membership that these are all the frequently observed observations whereby if you correct them, the quality will certainly improve. That is what you are contributing to the profession at large. Second thing is, in the process of reviewing this one, so with your own technical knowledge also, you can further your own technical competence also. That also helps you in doing a better practice in your own day-to-day practice also. This is the benefit that we get. Incidentally, as I told in the beginning itself, incidentally you get a remuneration of rupees 20,000 for each review that you do it. So these are all about the FRRB. And how do you get, empanel? For empanelment, there is a separate website for FRRB, that is frrb.ica.org. You can log in there, the entire information is available there. The one more condition is for any assignment that you take in the institute. The one condition is common everywhere, no disciplinary case should be pending, proceedings are pending, or number one. Number two, if the disciplinary proceedings are concluded, you shouldn't have found guilty by the disciplinary directorate, disciplinary mechanism. That is a common factor. Otherwise, everyone is eligible to carry over this one. So this is the first one I wanted to explain you. The second one is, similarly, we have got another, this FRRB is the one which is constituted by the council, central council. And there's one more board. See, Dayanava Sharma, central council member has arrived. Please come. There's one topic I'm going to talk about what Dayanava Sharma has done. So it's better that he is present here. Dayanava Sharma, you came in the right time. When I'm talking about the quality review board, he is a member. Dayanava Sharma, are you a member of quality review board now or earlier member? I think 2 terms he is the member. Yeah. So quality review board is the one which is constituted under statute. Section 28. So it says a quality review board should be constituted only for maintaining the quality standards. That's the purpose of section 2, what says about section 28A. And 28B, it says that you have to review the statements, the financial statement certified attest function done by the chartered accountants and give a report thereon. That is section 28B. 28B was further amended in the Amendment Act 2022, where they added one more subsection. This 28B(d) that says that any non-compliance and any serious observations found by the quality review board, they should refer to disciplinary mechanism. Earlier it was not there. Normally, any complaint you want to lodge in the ICI, there is a mechanism of lodging a complaint. The Form 1 is there. Form 1. So Form 1 should be lodged with all the allegations what you have, the proof, everything, and you have to pay rupees 2,500 as a fees. Then only complaint will lodge and the disciplinary mechanism will start. So that's the one. But so if you want to do it, that mechanism is somebody should report. Not only child, anybody, any citizen of the entire world, anybody can report that so-and-so child was held here and that detrimental interest, what are the clauses? First schedule, second schedule, everything, and they making a complaint. That is an information case. If an information case goes, there is a person who should file information case. Information should be passed on to the disciplinary directorate. If they find prima facie there is some value there, and without interference of the person who gave the information, if they are able to make a case out of that one, they call it information case, they can file a case. So moto institute on its own, it cannot take up the cases. That is the reason the Amendment Act said that if they find non-compliances, they can refer this matter to the disciplinary mechanism also. So this is what QRB. QRB is, as I told you, it is constituted under section 28A. That is the reason why any member who is appointed there, the constitution of the board is done by virtue of a official gazette, Government of India gazette notification. So this is how it is constituted. What are the technical review? Technical review, what should be the qualification for them? They should have a post qualification standing of 15 years. 15 years standing should be there, and they should have conducted audit, or they should have conducted an audit and also signed minimum 3 audits of the companies, maybe public sector undertakings, public sector, public limited companies, private limited companies having a turnover of 50 crores and above. That is the second condition. Third condition is, out of these 3 companies, so out of these companies, at least one company should have been other than the private limited company. That is the third condition. Fourth condition is, that is general condition because of conflict of interest, no central council member, no regional council member, no managing committee member can be member of, who can conduct a technical review. And the QRB member of, they cannot be a technical reviewer because of conflict, And this empanelment is valid for a period of 3 years. Here again, the benefit is, as I told you in the FRRB case, here again, this is not only you are doing a review, you get a lot of knowledge in this one. The mechanism is totally different here. There is statutory requirement, constituted under section 28A, read with section 28B of the Charter of Act 1949. So QRB is, how do you select the companies? QRB has got the absolute powers to select any company for review. But generally what QRB does, they frame a policy. They are not into particular company, X company should be taken, Y company should be taken. They see general trend in economy. Suppose one section of business, one class of business, they are not doing well. And for example, cement industry is not doing well. They'll pick up some case of cement industry in that particular year. Maybe there are some cases which are reported in the public, which are reported in the media, be it print media, electronic media, which is there in the public domain. There are some companies who did not do well, and some apprehensions were there that they are not followed, the audit has not followed the standards, some reporting is there. They can pick up such companies also. That is all will be done by the QRB. So, and then what is the remuneration that you get here? So, remuneration, this is slightly advanced type of review, that technical review that is done by the chartered accountant here. That's why the remuneration is 1,25,000 rupees per review. There may be cases where the audit fees may not be 1,25,000. For the review, the institute pays 1,25,000, and the empanelment process is very simple, and there are qrbca.in. qrbca.in is a website where you can empanel, provided you have this, if you meet the criteria, as I told you just now. So this is as far as the approach of QRB is concerned. The third one is a peer review. And when the peer review statement was made, I think in 2019, 2020. So CFO Diana Sharma, he was the QRB, he was the peer review board chairman. That's the time new statement has been written. And incidentally, I am the chairman for the peer review board now, this year. It started only 4 days ago for me. Okay. So there are a lot of opportunities here. Here, see, you are aware, all the assurance service engagements by chartered accountants, whether they have complied with the technical requirements and the professional requirements and the ethical standards have been met or not, and also whether proper systems and documentation has been done for each attest function they have done, each audit engagement that has been carried out by a chartered accountant, and to demonstrate the quality of assurance services. These are all the prima facie cases which needs to be established under peer review. As you know, the peer reviews that are done, a chartered accountant's work is reviewed by your own peers, your own chartered accountant fraternity, so they conduct that. That's why it's known as peer review. So the peer review, as you know, whether it's required or not, why so many FRRB, TRQRB, QRB, and you got peer review, so many control mechanisms, so many regulatory mechanisms are there. So what is this? Is all become a policing, very difficult to carry out our practice. This is the question that comes in the minds of the people. Friends, this is the system which is prevalent in the entire world. All the developed economies, they have got the system of peer review. There was a situation when, before the ICA brought the peer review system into the ICI, there was a discussion in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and also SEBI that they wanted to have a system of peer review, not peer review, they call it a review. They want to have a review so that whether standards have been followed by the practicing chartered accountants or not. Because there are a lot of listed companies where public interest is there. There are so many companies where public interest companies are there, they want to ensure that one. So that is the reason they want to start. Then the institute thought that time, our predecessors, they thought that instead of giving an opportunity to somebody, why don't you do it? That is called a peer review, which will be done our own mechanism, that is a separate board for that. That is the genesis with which this peer review mechanism is in place. This is the most welcome one, and this has been recognized. Initially we thought that what do you get out of this? Whether I do peer review or not, why should I do it? But that was recognized by Security Exchange Board of India, SEBI, stating that any auditor of a listed entity, listed company, shall be peer reviewed company. As on the date of appointment, as on the date of signing, he should have a proper, valid peer review certificate. Then only they can conduct the audit. So that's how it has got a lot of importance. It did not stop there. Then it went for, empanelment of the auditors for the conducting the public sector undertaking audits, where the CNDH has got empanelment. Recently up to 15th of February, all of us have made an application also for empanelment. In that particular mechanism, they are recognized the value of the peer review and say they are given marks, the quality stand, for the quality, they are given marks where for each year of having the peer review, a valid peer review certificate, that is as on 1st January of last 5 years, 5 months is given for each year, Thereby 25 marks are awarded if you are holding a peer review certificate, valid peer review certificate for 5 years. Suppose you have got a partner. Earlier, if you see 2 years ago, what was the criteria for the C&H empanelment? Is only quantitative parameters. That is, how long your firm is in existence. For each year of existence, so many marks are given. Maybe half mark, 1 mark, 2 marks, as the case may be. Second thing, how many FCA partners you have, how many ACA partners. For each FCA partner there are marks, for each ACA partner there are certain marks. Like in all quantitative factors, you have got a turnover. If a gross, not turnover, sorry, it's a gross receipts from the profession of audit practice is so much, and for each, there's a range is given for each range, different marks are awarded, all quantitative factors. CLTG thought is not only quantitative factors, we need to give marks for qualitative factors also. Quantitative, qualitative put together, then what give the grade for all the forms which are empaneled with the CLTG. That is the sea change that has come in 2022. There if you see, if you've got a partner with FCA, first 5 partners, 5 marks each are given. From the 6th partner to 20th partner, for the 15th partner, 2.5 marks is given. You equate the 2.5 marks per partner with 5 marks per year for the peer review. If you have 2 partners, which is very valuable human resource that you have as a partner, that is equal to 1 year of peer review certificate. They give award 5 marks to the 2 partners, equally they give 5 marks for 1 peer review. That is the importance given by CNDG for the peer review certificate. That's why today, so out of the, suppose somebody is getting 125 marks, out of the 25 marks, nearly 25% weightage is given for the peer review. So now let's see what is the eligibility to be a peer reviewer. Peer reviewer, you have 7 years of audit standing, audit experience, 7 years. So post qualification, and if he is member of industry, there's a class for industry members also. If he is in industry for 10 years, particularly audit and accounting and audit departments, he has worked, and he comes to practice, there should 3 years standing there, audit experience. 10 plus 3, 13 years for them. Otherwise, it's 7 years experience, audit experience is required. Then there's a training program conducted by the peer review board. In fact, we had last year, we conducted many parts of Andhra Pradesh. We had one in Guntur, one in Ongole, Visakhapatnam and Vijayawada also, where there's only 1 day training program given by the peer review board. So you have to undergo the training. After undergoing the training, there's a test that is also conducted by the DLH. And the DLH platform, they conduct online tests. If you pass that one, then you are eligible to be a peer reviewer. These are the conditions for becoming the eligibility criteria for becoming a peer reviewer. The one more condition is, this is a practical question. See, if your student is a student of any of the partners of the firm or the proprietor of the firm, and he cannot, even as a peer review, he cannot conduct the peer review. That's one condition is there, one exception is there. That many people also, they have done it. So, without having the knowledge, but we should have a declaration that you are not a student of any of the partners of the firm also. Then, who should get the peer review? One I told you regarding the audit of listed companies and what is the marks awarded for the quality factor of CNDG. What are other things? Now the new regulation is that council itself came with the regulation that those firms who are having 5 partners and above, during the course of the year, suppose you have 5 partners in the month of December, and by you come to month of April, you have got only 4 partners. Still, those who have 5 partners during the course of the last preceding year, they should be subject to peer review. What are the consequences if you don't get it done? You will not be eligible to do the attest function. You can do the general practice. You cannot do the attest function, you will be barred. So, you have to compulsorily get peer review if you have got 5 partners and above. Of course, so is the case with 4 partners above also. 4 partners above, the last date was long ago, it was over, because many firms have been pending without getting the peer review done. So, council decided to extend it as a one-time measure up to March 31st. If you are not getting 4 partners, if they are not getting now up to this, 4 partners is the original date is March. For 5 partners, we extend up to March 31st. If you are not getting it done, then they will be ineligible to do the attest function. So, that is the consequence. Now, council, whether they have got powers to do that or not, this is a question. You may be aware that there is a limit for the tax audits. Initially, I think it was 30, then it became 45, now it is 60 audits. Beyond 60 can't do it. It has been challenged. by many members in various high courts of state. The institute went on appeal to Supreme Court. Recently, the judgment came stating that council has got powers to have a restriction so that quality is maintained by chartered accountants. It has been upheld by our nation, has been upheld by the Supreme Court. So that's why it has become law. In the meanwhile, there are so many issues that come, whether it can be done, it cannot be done, why you should do it, where is the restriction for advocates, where is the restriction for engineers, so many things were there. Ultimately, Supreme Court held it. But as far as ICA is concerned, when the Amendment Act came in 2022, the power is vested with the power institute. Any guideline, they can give a notification and that becomes binding on the members of the institute. Be it limit or anything is binding now. With that, we have got power to do all these things. Whether 5 parts and above, 4 partners and above, slowly it is going to 3 partners and above. And ultimately, it is the interest of the ICA to see that every firm, every practicing chartered accountant is peer review. That's ultimately that you want to do. So that's why there are a lot of opportunities here. What is the remuneration that we get for that one? So remuneration, of course, this was fixed long ago. So it is due for revision. But again, the same thing is our own chartered accountants have to pay to another chartered accountant. So we are just thinking whether to do it or not. The least range, the first range one is those who have a gross income, gross receipts up to 10 lakhs. The amount, the fees payable to the peer reviewer is 15,000. That's where it starts, 15,000. Normally, for a normal audit, it takes 2 days time. 1 or 2 days it takes. So 15,000 remuneration. Next slab is 10 to 50 lakhs. It is 25,000. And the 50 to 100 lakhs of gross receipts, it is 40,000. Like the various ranges are there. The highest slab is those who are having above 30 crores. 30 crores gross receipts. The fees is 5 lakhs of rupees. It goes to 1.5 lakhs, 5 crores, 10 crores also is 1,50,000. This is good fees. As far we feel, of course, if it is more than 30 crores, it cannot be completed. The type of sample they have to take, it will certainly take them a month or so sometimes, at least 20 to 30 working days it will take. So 5 lakhs is the fees. So there is good opportunity here. And the empanelment process is very simple, as I told you. You can go to ICA.org and see the peer review board, you get the entire data. Very simple process. So eligibility is everything I told you. So this is one where you got more opportunity because more and more firms are going to be under the purview of peer review. This is one. Then we'll come to the fourth point is Board of Studies. So Board of Studies Vice Chairman is expected in time, and the Chairman of Board of Studies last year is also sitting here. Previous year when CRET came, Dana Vashrama was the chairman. So last year he was the vice chairman. This year vice chairman is again Sri Bopala, our own Central Council member. He is expected any time. So Board of Studies also have got a lot of opportunities. What are they? Economic visiting faculty. Most of us are doing the visiting as visiting faculty to ITT and MCS, Management and Communication Skills, classes which are conducted for the students, and also orientation course. Many chartered accountants are are the visiting faculty in this case. So again, there are a lot of lectures which are given to students, online lectures. Now we don't have any physical classes by the head office, by BOS. Online lectures are there, where for a foundation, you are paid rupees 5,000 for 2 hours, and for intermediate, you are paid 8,000 rupees for a period of session of 2.5 hours, and for final 10,000 rupees for a session of 3 hours. This is remuneration on average. Generally, the remuneration paid to chartered accountants for any service they render is rupees 3,000 per hour. That's how it goes. Okay. Then you can contribute articles to the chartered accountant journal also. The way for each article, not only you are proud that my name is appearing in the chartered accountant journal, you are also given a honorarium of rupees 15,000 for that. If you contribute any news article for the student journal also, so you get that small amount, 2,500 rupees the remuneration for that. And review study material. Those who are academically interested, they can review study material and background material. There are so many material we keep publishing almost every month. Those are subject experts and have time. They can contribute their way for original drafting. That we call it content preparation, content drafting. So for that, rupees 500 is paid per page, and if it is a review, rupees 200 is paid per page. Content developed by somebody who conduct the review. This is also another opportunity. And soft skills. Soft skills also, there are some courses for the students for soft skill development also important. There again, the remuneration is 1,000 to 1,500 rupees per hour. So these are remuneration for soft skill development. Of course, not only chartered accountants, even outsiders like engineers and computer application experts, they also contribute here. They give a remuneration for that. So to develop a question bank. Of course, now that the new curriculum has come, I think they have to come out with a policy. Very soon it will come. We want a beautiful question bank because now we know earlier we used to have 30% mark for MCQs, 70% descriptive. Now the slightly has been increased. That's why we need a question bank for that. And the more important thing where we can contribute to the board of studies, particularly examination session, is case studies. There are so many income tax matters, so many GST matters we come across on day-to-day practice. Suppose there is income tax case, scrutiny case is there, and there is there is interpretation issue there, but one section, one particular provision of the Income Tax Act, and you interpret some way, a question has come from the Income Tax Department to scrutiny proceedings, and you give a reply, and you found out where there is some ambiguity. That means you interpret it one particular way, ultimate result is something else. Or you interpret it one particular way, you interpret it as in a negative sense. Finally, what has been concluded by the Income Tax Department is the positive side. Either side can happen. That is a good case study. If you can prepare the case study, develop a case scenario and give the explanation to that one, where some ambiguity is there. So we want to see that when a question is given to a student, what is the expectation of the question paper setter? We expect that if he reads the question, MCQ, multiple choice questions, and ABCD are there, the student mind should work. Yes, if you see at A is also correct. Answer B is also correct. C is also correct. D is also correct. Such a great confusion should be there in the mind of the student, where he has to really apply his mind and say, so and so is the answer. That is the type of expertise we expect from our student. So he is a complete chartered accountant. So whenever you find such scenarios in your office, the number of cases you find. In my office also, you will not believe, I sent 5 case studies last year. All income tax matters only. Were given. It's a very good case. If such question comes to the CA final student, it is a great thing. You cannot expect somebody sitting in a corner and preparing a question paper to get a case scenario. There is a practical exposure that is required. Such things, as and when you get it, you please communicate, and we are remunerated for that also. And the second thing is this great, contribution to alma mater. Forget about remuneration. That's why I told in the beginning of my presentation that 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, 250, 150. These are small, maybe small matter, but you are contributing for the betterment of the profession. That's the primary criteria. So like that, Board of Studies also, we've got number of opportunities of this kind for the chartered accountants. Then comes examination. The examination is very close to my heart. So I was there in the examination committee for 4 years. So far I was a standing committee for 4 years. Only last year I was the chairman of the Professional Development Committee. This year I became payroll board chairman. Otherwise I was there. Last year Diana Sharma was in the examination committee also. There are a lot of opportunities here, but whatever the remuneration I am telling now, they are all old. These are the revision. It is going to be substantially increased. We have proposed, there is a reforms group which was set up. I was the convener for the reforms group in the examination. We have recommended. I think there is an active consideration. In fact, I spoke to the Honorable President also very recently when he was discussing with me about the pending matters in the examination session. He was telling this remuneration is going to be revised very soon. So it is substantially. So where the first opportunity is paper setting. Paper setting, for each question paper setting, how many people are involved? Normally, if you see in a university, there is one paper setter, one professor or assistant professor. He will set the paper and that will release, students will answer, results will be declared, so on and so forth. But in ICA, for each subject, there will be 6 people who are involved in the paper setting. 6 people who prepare the question paper. 6 are involved. At the top of it, on the top of the 6 question paper setters, there are 2 moderators. They moderate the question paper set by them. They come to conclusion, this is the paper that it should be. And on top of them, there are a central council member who doesn't have conflict of interest, whose children, relatives are not appearing for the examination. They will come there and see whether all the parameters set out, include the weightage and structure of the paper, everything put together, and the lengthy question paper, what time is required, which in what time it can be answered, so many things. Whether ambiguity is there, language needs to be changed, everything will check by another central council member, and there's a big exercise which goes on every 6 months. So they do it, and then the question paper finally comes out. There's a big process. There are 6 paper setters for each subject, as I told you, and 2 moderators. And the present remuneration, don't get carried away with the remuneration I'm telling you, this is subject to revision. It's going to substantial revision. Not 10%, 20%, that multiple times is going to be revised now. I can't tell the number because it is the examination committee's decision. We have to wait for that. For final question paper set gets 22,000 for each question paper, and moderate gets 30,000. Similarly for intermediate, 18,000 and 25,000. For foundation is 12,000 and 15,000. This is the remuneration fixed long ago. And for MCQ, multiple for each question we are paid 150 rupees. So it is subject to great revision now. And these question papers, whatever we are preparing, is not for 100 marks. Multiple choice question is 30. 30 now I think is 40. So earlier it was 70% marks only we prepare the descriptive questions. This is one thing. So then question paper setting is over. Now we are to go for evaluation. That is the examiner. So paper evaluation, the eligibility criteria for being a paper to value the papers are 4 years standing in practice or industry or service. 4 years, it should be 4 years standing chartered accountant, and age limit, upper age limit is 65 years. In special cases, there are cases where you are taken 70 years also, because there are some chartered accountants who do it as a profession. So they are retired, highly knowledgeable, they do it every 6 months, they get the papers and they do a good job. They're professionals. So once we find them, we give them up to 70 years also. And the only restriction is those such chartered accountants who are into valuation should not be attached or associated with any coaching centers, coaching institutions, be it as running his own coaching institute or as a faculty. They should not be any attached with such institutions. And suppose there is somebody who is attached or associated with the coaching institute and he stops going with them, can he become immediately thereafter a valuation? He cannot do. There should be a cooling period of 5 years after he ceases to be associated with the coaching. These are the restrictions that we have. On the top of it, this happened only 4 years ago. We decided that we have to test the knowledge of the evaluator also, the examiner. We have to test their knowledge, whether he has got real subject knowledge or not. For that purpose, there is a test they have to undergo. There is a 25 marks, multiple choice questions are there. It's an online test they have to appear. And for passing a chartered accountant's examination, we need only 50% aggregate. Whereas for him, he should get 18 marks out of 25. That's 72 marks he has to get. So that is the type of qualification we desire from them. And this test is not permanent. I passed the test today. I become an examiner. Do I become up to 65 years of age? No. Every 3 years I undergo the same examination again. That is the type of restrictions we have. And if you understand that this valuation process, gone are the days when you used to send this answer book, the physical answer book are bundled and sent to the examiner's house or office, and they value the entire papers, bundle them and send it back to New Delhi. Then the rest of the process of the processing the results, everything takes place there. Those are the gone are the days. We have introduced during the corona, just before corona itself, we have taken a decision that it should be digital valuation. Digital means it's not the valuation done digitally, but the papers are moved from the examination department to the examiner, physically, not physically, digitally they move. That means, with the face recognition, any examiner, he can sit before his computer, with the face recognition it will open and the answer sheets will be shown in the computer, on the screen. And you have to do the valuation. So much digitalization has taken place, and for every step, there is one question is answered. There are 8 steps are there. For every step, the marks are given. For step number 1, 2 marks. For step number half mark, quarter mark, everything is given. In such a way, all the 15 or 16 marks are awarded for that particular question. Suppose there are 8 steps are there. If you don't give marks, award marks to 6. 6 you are given. 2 steps you are not given. This valuation is not complete. Lock question. You are not valued. Step number 7 and step number 6. Please value that. Then only that is complete. Everything digitally it is controlled. So you have to give at least 0 marks for every step. Then only it is complete. And the automatic tallying everything. We used to see cases where marks are awarded. 6 marks are given for question number 3. And the 6 marks are not carried to the first page, where you miss the 6 marks and you make an application that for retotaling, you get 6 additional marks, you pass the CE also. We have seen such cases, even my own friend. So they were in the very highest position, retired recently also. One such person has passed after retotaling. This is all history. But today everything digitally it is done. So we have got a very good system of doing that one. What is the remuneration that we pay? This is also under revision, my dear friends. This is also under revision. So now, for the digital value for final paper, we pay 190 rupees per paper, 190 rupees for final. For intermediate, 150 rupees. For foundation, 125. This remuneration was there much long ago for 100 marks. For 100 marks answer book, this is remuneration. But today is not 100 marks. You are valuing only 70 marks. And going forward, it is going to be 60 marks only. The rest of things are multiple choice questions. It is valued by the system. That digital is valued, no human intervention there. So that is the one. This, these are 70 marks. As of now, 70 marks only. Once the revision takes place, is a good thing. How many papers are given? Anybody who gives an undertaking that they will value not less than 200 papers only will be given. Otherwise, somebody does 10 questions, 10 answer book, 20 answer book, they will not be given. 200 minimum they have to do, and the maximum is 600 will give. Of course, we have shortage of examiners somewhere. There are cases where we give 1000 papers also. It happens like that sometimes, due to exigence to beat the deadlines, we give them, but normally it doesn't go beyond 600 papers. So there are some people, this is a question of only 30 days. 30 days for May attempt and 30 days for normal, 60 days only. There are members who get, so for the 600 if they can do, they get a good remuneration of maybe 2.4 lakhs for a span of 2 months. And where do you do it? And my children are settled in the United States of America. I can value, I can go there and value because no barriers, no physical paper. Anywhere in the world, anytime you can do it. And so much of digitalization we use, technology we are using in paper valuation. And there's for each answer, valuing each question or each answer book, there's a limit. 10 minutes or 15 minutes as the case may be. And if somebody values before 15 minutes, so he cannot be accepted. He has to do it for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, next answer book will come. Till then, the answer book will not open at all. Restrictions we have. And we have got a restriction for the paper valuation. We have got seed paper, we call it. That means, and digital nowadays, how to evaluate the quality of the valuation, whether someone's examiner X has done proper valuation or not. So what was the system earlier? All the papers are valued by the examiners. All these papers will go to Delhi. We call it Noida, Delhi. We call it Noida review. The name is a Noida review. Noida review. Another set of examiners will go there. I'll take it to 100 papers will come. They will see. They physically see that one and say whether this fellow has done a good job or not, and the marks added, deducted, all those things they do. They are known as the moderators. Assistant head examiners and head examiners, they do this job and they moderate that one. Suppose they find one particular examiner has done so many number of mistakes are there, enormous mistakes are there. They reject all the papers and they are sent to another examiner for a fresh valuation. This was going on. But today is it possible to do that physically? There are 4,40,000 students who appeared this time. Final, intermediate plus foundation put together is not humanly possible. Now we are using technology. So where there are certain papers, so answer books which are already valued, not by one. We are taking a sample of 200 is going to be implemented from next attempt. 200 papers will be taken. So which are each answer book is valued but not less than 5 valuers, 5 examiners. All 5 of them they give their marks for that particular answer book. They get a sample. That sample they take up. They give answers, and these examiners, the 5 of them give the marks, and it goes 6th person, who is the assistant head examiner. He will see what are the marks awarded by Mr. A, Mr. B, Mrs. C, and D and E. They will evaluate and give the marks. Final awarding of marks will be done for that sample question paper, sample answer book. Like that, 200 they will pick up. 200. Ultimately, we want to reach 500. Initially, 200. What will happen for every 100 answer book that goes to an examiner? There are 12 papers of this kind which are already valued. Is already valued by how many people? 5 valuers and a head examiner. They are given the marks. Nobody in the entire world can deviate from the marks given. Such a strict exam valuation was done. The system does it. It verifies for each question how many marks are given. So that sample, out of every 100 papers, 12 samples are there. They will see the sample. For this sample, if it goes, nobody knows which is the sample. Because size is so much, sample is such a big one, nobody can understand which is the sample, which is valued, which is not valued. The moment they see, they value the paper, it goes to the system will see how many marks are awarded with this particular examiner for each step and each question for the entire book, answer book, and what are the marks awarded in the sample already done. They'll compare, system will tell whether this fellow is a good examiner or not. If the deviation is, there is tolerance T1, T2, T3, tolerance zone 1, the marks variation 1 or 2 marks, we don't bother. That will always be there. If the tolerance is zone 2 and zone 3, zone 2, if it is there, that the head examiner will call that examiner. See, you have done this, these are the types of mistake you have done. This should not happen. You mend yourself. In future, whatever you do, you correct all those things. What are the mistakes you have done, the papers already value. You again value and come back to us. It goes to zone 3. The variation is huge. And the auto system will see that, and the further answer books will not be sent to them. It is blocked. That examiner is blocked by the system, and whatever the answer book he has already done will be discarded until sent again for fresh evaluation. Such a beautiful system was devised so that justice is done to the student. Students should not suffer out of something. Manakam telusu kadandi udayedo man joke saradaga anukuntam man mark brahmana vachanu man anukuntam I will get 40 marks anukuntam correct ga chuste 48 vastundi అబ్బా వాళ్ళ ఆవిడ కూడా చక్కగా భోజనం గిజనం పెట్టి చేసిందే మంచి మూడ్లో ఉన్నాడు వాళ్ళ నాకు 8 మార్కులు వచ్చినా అనుకుంటాం మనం అనుకుంటాం నాకు 50 60 వచ్చేసి విల్ గెట్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ అనుకుంటాం ఆ రోజు 46 వచ్చి ఉంటాయి పోయిందిరా బాబు ఈరోజు ఏదో గొడవ ఇంట్లో నా టైం బాగలేదు అనుకుంటాం అదే నేను when I was a students association secretary we had a meeting the hall was full Brahmaya hall in SARC was full and some that time the chairman of SARC was also there. The meeting was going on, so there was interaction with the students. I was the students association secretary and interaction was going on. One student got up, he's a senior student, he got up, he was a frustrated person, so he was telling, sir, you are talking so many things about students, how your institute is run, I know this every brick of this institute Brahmaya hall has got my examination fees. So he has appeared so many times paying examination fees. That was the thing. Another student got, I still remember, another student, that was very good interaction we had. He said, sir, I want one clarification for the institute. What is that? He said, whether the valuation of the answer books of the students, it depends upon mood of the examiner or the mode of examination. So like that, those of the history, they were all sufferers. Most of us should have suffered somehow or other those days, but today it's all history. Now we are using digital technology where the examiner is the right person, whether he is doing proper evaluation or not, is decided by the system and is monitored by assistant head examiner and head examiner. That's the system we have. So these are the things. And the next one, as for the remuneration, the remuneration is revised. Some of us, I'm not telling everyone, if you have got spare time, you can take up this particular aspect as a profession. Suppose it's 190 rupees for final paper, for only 70 marks valuation, if it is revised to let's say 250 rupees and you get 600 papers there, 1,200 papers, 250, that's good remuneration. For retirement, happily you can do that one. So all those, this can be taken up as a profession also provided you have time. So this is one thing. Now another one is observers. So examination centers are throughout the length and breadth of the country. In the corona time we had 950 centers were there, almost every district of the country we had the examination center. Because the corona movement was restricted, we wanted to handhold to the students. Now it has come to again 600 centers we have, close to 600 centers. For each center, for every 200 students, we have got observer. Observer, of course, earlier we used to pay only 1,000 rupees and 2 years back we revised it to 3,000. Again we are going to revise it now. It is going to be revised another 6 months. It will be substantially increased, will be there also. So these observers also will be given not as the 5, 6, 8 times days it is given to the examiner observers, where 3,000 rupees per each session is paid by the institute. This is one thing. Apart from this, there is checker concept. What is this checker? You have got digital evaluation, everything done in the system. So what is the checker? And also our own students at Kith and Kin, once they appear, so they get, they expect again 50 marks, they get 42 marks for example. They apply for a checking. What is the verification? We are not checking actually. Verification of answer. We call it verification of answer. What do they check? See, marks, suppose somebody awards more marks and less marks than what is deserved for that particular answer, nobody can change it. That's Supreme Court issue. If there is one question of 15 marks and you have got 12 marks, whereas suppose you get only 8 marks, 4 marks additional given, nobody can reduce that one. And vice versa also. It cannot be done. Supreme Court decision is there for that. So then what is this checking? So we are taking 400 rupees, 500 rupees, I don't know the exact amount. We pay that money and go for checking of the answer books. Sir, okay, go on, 5 minutes.
I have that 10 minutes.
Oh, no problem. You can stop me anytime. Yeah. So, digital value. Yeah. So I was talking about valuation, no? Checker, yeah, checkers, yeah. So what is this checker? Checking, that verification was done the moment it goes, that answer book is sent to a checker. The checker, what does he see? The checker will see whether marks have been awarded to all the answers or not. There are 8 answers are there. He answered all the 8 answers. I mean, after reviewing the choice, whether 8 answers have been given marks or not, whether awarded marks or not, that they will see. If marks are not awarded, that particular answer will go back to the examiner, marks will be awarded, and your result will be revised. That's the only checking. For that, there is a checker. That concept is also there. So that's what when you go to the RTA route or the payment route, this is what is done. For checker also, there are opportunities. There is a small work, but still they are paid some remuneration. I don't remember the remuneration. Remuneration is paid to them also. So these are the things as far as the examination is concerned. And last one is another regulatory regulation. అదే చెప్తుంటే అంతా ఈ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ పని పాటలేదయ్యా, మాట్లాడుతూ రివ్యూ బోర్డు మాట్లాడుతూ రివ్యూ పెట్టేసి చంపేస్తున్న మమ్మల్ని. దిట్ ఈస్ Tax Audit Quality Review Board, TAQRB, Tax Audit Quality. This has come in 2018, much before we joined the council, it was there. This was meant for Tax Audit and Income Tax Act and Tax Audit GST. After GST is not there now, that time it was initiated. So Tax Audit is also, this is only to see whether compliant, with respect to compliance with the reporting requirements on the Income Tax Act. That's what need to be done. Here again, you cannot call for information. Prima facie information you have to see and give a report on that one. So these are tax audit reviewer. We call them tax audit reviewers. For being a reviewer, the technical reviewer for tax audit, the eligibility is 10 years of standing in the profession with tax audit experience, tax practice. You should be a tax practitioner, but 10 years experience, that is the only criteria here. Remuneration is rupees 10,000 per report. For each report review, is 10,000 rupees paid to them. This again, as I told you, the advantage is that you can further your knowledge by looking at the various. Normally you don't get an opportunity to see some tax audit report of some other chartered accountants. We don't get access to that unless your friend shares with you, which is not supposed to share. Among the partners you can do it, others you cannot share the information with any client. So you not get an opportunity. Here is another opportunity. You get an opportunity to see how the tax audit is done, what are the observations and all. You can further your knowledge, technical knowledge also. The empanelment is very simple. You go to ACA.org. TAQRB site is there where you can get this information. So these are the things. And the last one is I know somebody from Vijayawada also is faculty for some subject I heard, I forgot his name. They have got certificate courses. Every year the council is some certificate courses are there. Every MSME and you WD anything you have got a certificate course. And if you are a faculty for any certificate course or subject of your choice, you are paid rupees 3,000 per hour of your important coaching for the members. It can be physical, it may be virtual. For anything, 3,000 rupees per hour is paid. And the maximum number of hours is 3 hours per day. And of course, in the exigencies, when the faculty comes from outside, we permit them to do 6 hours also. It happens. There are some restrictions with respect to the full course. Yes, he is the person. Yes. For concurrent audit. 3,000 rupees per hour is paid. This is also one opportunity that we have. So with this, the time given to me is over. Now it is 7 o'clock.
Career counseling program, 5,000 rupees.
Yeah, that's another one. I forgot. That 8th point is that. Career counseling, we started a small remuneration. Career counseling is very simple. That you have to go to your school, or from 9th, 10th, 11th standard, 12th standard, some degree colleges also. You have to go and talk about our profession. And already we have got a very beautiful presentation given, PowerPoint presentation about various slides are there and how to motivate them. And particularly those who are into practicing chartered accountants will do a very great job there. So they go and teach them. That's only 2-hour session, and there will be interactive session also. And everything is given in the form of a pamphlet, printed pamphlet, and also PowerPoint presentation. And earlier it was 3,000, now we enhanced to 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees is given for the 2 hours presentation. So normally the branches also they organize. Sometimes they find a short of getting good faculty also for that. Those who get time. This is ultimately again go back to my first sentence when I started my presentation, that don't think you are doing it for remuneration. You are doing something, you are contributing something for your alma mater, for your profession. Ultimately, incidentally you may get a remuneration. That is also an opportunity that you have. So in the institute. So these are the things I want to tell you. And some of the members during the break time they are asking me. The interesting topic is always the bank audit. So Channamastan could not come today. He is the exceptional member of our branch because he had some small fracture. He could not come today and participate with us. So as far as bank audit is concerned, as you know that the criteria, eligibility criteria. So Madam Azare, let's all welcome her A.B. Geeta, the chairperson of SARC, and C.A. Moppala Sridhar has also arrived just now.
CCM Moppala Sridhar
and is the secretary of SARC ICA, our own member for this region. C.A. Moppala Subbarao is also here. As the secretary
of SARC. Welcome sir, welcome very much.
Hey sir.
Okay, so I'll just conclude with this of India. You are all aware of that one. That with respect to standing, with respect to number of partners, category 1, 2, 3, 4, individual practice, all this are there. But this time, the individual practice were not eligible, you are all aware, and I also spoke once in the same, change this particular regulation, the criteria. This time the number of eligible applicants have become only 30,000. Many have become ineligible because of this criteria. So now, out of these 30,000 applicants who have been eligible, the list has been sent to Reserve Bank of India only last week was sent them. It is under their scrutiny. I think after scrutiny, one or two doubts they have. I think another couple of days the final list will go to, already the final list has gone. We have hosted the website also. So the final list will be hosted in the website by the ICA, Personal Development Committee. This is the one. And as it is, the requirement of number of chartered accounts for the bank audit in the country for the entire public sector undertakings, public sector banks are 14,400 chartered accountants. Wherein 14,400 firms, eligible firms are 30,000 firms after the revision. After that, this year, we are expecting around 3,000 vacancies may be there. This is what 3,000 to 4,000 vacancies will be there due to retirements. And they are also eligible because there is no cooling period now. Along with them, we will be around 17,000-18,000 chartered accounts for that 3,500, 3,000 to 4,000 vacancies. And this will be selected in the month of, I think, March 15th. We are expecting the appointment will come this time. So Reserve Bank of India was also very hand-holding this time because we have been liberal because of changing the criteria. Those who have done, changed the converted to property concern, merged or closed the individual practice, those things even as latest as 1 week ago also were accepting that because the new criteria we have been liberal in extending the time and he to the request of the members. So now out of the 4 public sector banks, 10 banks have confirmed. 10 banks have confirmed that they will use the software given by the institute for end-to-end solution, whereby no human interference, whatever it is, from the audit number 1 to audit number n. So all those things will be picked up by the system only. No human interference. 10 banks, they are confirmed. We have to wait and see up to March 10th whether they really use it or not. There are only 2 banks. One bank has approached us and one bank has not approached us. Union Bank of India, they may not use our software this time. And State Bank of India, every year they take a demo, they are not using this one. This year also they wanted demo 1 week ago. So we told them, sir, every year you ask for a demo, we send all our officers give a demo. Ultimately you don't use our software. You at least this time you use the software. But anyway, we are all proactive people, ICI. We sent our team to give a demo this time also. Some modifications have been done to the software, we are given that. So, but for the 10 banks have accepted to do that one. So there will be natural justice also for all of us. So these are the present status. Let's wish that most of us get the appointment so that we can who else can do a better audit than a chartered accountant. We are the people who saw that the Indian banking system so by good and is acceptable when the entire world was hit. Lehman Brothers, other things, Indian banking industry was not hit by that at all. The reason is the great audit system we have. The great audit is conducted by the chartered accountants in India. So with this, thank you very much. So for giving me an opportunity to speak about whatever the opportunity that we had. I thank, I think Narendra was the chairman at that time when he invited me to come and speak on this occasion. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot.